Hello, welcome back to Emperor's Path. My name is SBJ, and this is a long overdue video. So a lot of people have asked me where the videos are. The honest answer is I have just been devoid of extra time. Most of my free time has been spent doing the podcast, which, if you don't already, follow the Model Rail Replacement podcast, where you'll get far more regular uploads from myself, and you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, as well as other various places. It's been a long while since I've done any layout updates, and that's simply because there's not been anything new for the layout. I tried to do sort of a monthly update to keep things, to make sure that you guys were getting updates on the layout, but if I don't do anything on the layout, it seems a bit pointless for me to create a video to say nothing's new. I hit a point where, with the layout in particular, it hasn't, well, it has stalled, I guess is the best way I can word it. And my option was, with the free time that I did have, run trains, or with the free time I had, work on the layout. On top of this, I also have weathering commissions and bits and bobs like that. And also, I have a family. And I wanted to make sure that I was prioritising the bits that needed to be done. The bridge behind me has always been a section that I've loved running things on. I love taking photos. And there's a couple of bits I need to do in order to progress that part of the layout. I need to work on the scenic break with the motorway bridge. I need to install a proper back scene back in, and just little bits and bobs like that. And I felt they weren't at the forefront of bits that I wanted to do. So this is a very small update to say that I am still around. But there is a big change coming to the layout for the better. It's not going away or anything like that. When I moved into this house, and as you know, we've not even been in a full year yet, I wanted to get a layout set up and ready to run. But I built it with the idea that everything would be modular and can be taken apart for further expansion. And I think I talked about that on one of the first videos that I did. If you don't know, behind me, right up against the wall, is my fiddle yard. And then effectively it comes round in a double line from the fiddle yard and comes straight back round in front. Now roughly there's about a 2-foot gap in between the back of this section and then the fiddle yard again. And that was perfect for when I first moved in, because it meant that I had trains running, which is my thing. I love having trains just running around and seeing different trains, and occasionally I'll stop one train, move another one in. The other problem is that I have to work up here, and that's not just my normal job but also my weathering. So I needed to have a place where I could have my computer and my monitors. So if you don't know, this is my loft, and effectively we have the eaves. So the only real places that I could put a desk were at either end. Now this end down here is where my boiler is. So I didn't want to put a desk in front of there and then need to move my desk every time I might need to get into the boiler. Luckily, that's not been something that's needed to be done very much, apart from when we've been doing renovation works. So that meant that the desk could only go against that flat surface. I'm changing jobs in the next 3 to 6 months. The official date hasn't been agreed. And I'm really, really excited about that. But I won't be working from home anymore. It will be an out and about job, which is something that I've wanted for a very, very long time, and I'm so excited that it's going to be something that I can do. What that means is I don't need to rely on having a complete desk anymore. And whilst I will be keeping monitors and stuff like that, it doesn't need to be in a place that is constantly available. And I guess I have a bit more freedom where I can put the desk. So I sat down with James from West Signalman and basically shouted my idea at him, and he gave me a thumbs up, and asked why I hadn't done this when I first moved in, and it's a very good question. And the main thing was I needed to make sure I had very little time in between when I moved in and when I had to go back to work. So I needed to make sure I got a desk for my working from home set up, but I also needed to make sure that I could get my layout up and running so that I could enjoy my hobby. So the current plan is, and I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm really excited about it from a point of view of model railways. Obviously, I've got the bridge behind me. The only place other than here it can go to, because of how high it is and because of the back scene, is either in the middle of the room which it's in now, or where my computer currently is. So, the plan is to take the main straight section that's just off scene there, you will have seen in previous videos, if you haven't, go and watch the previous videos, and take the bridge section out. That then frees up the area behind me so that I can put my computer desk up against part of my fiddle yard. That will allow me to work when I need to, and mainly to record the podcast and sit and have somewhere to edit when needed. But I don't require a desk as much as I did over the last 10 years. Then, because I've made the curves on the layout modular in essence, I'll be able to, as the two curves come out of the fiddle yard, stop there rather than them coming all the way back round on themselves, so that you can have this bit here. Then I'll be able to put a straight going out of those two bits, put a lift out board to go in front of the boiler, and then the straight bit will go into Port Creek behind me. So then I can have Port Creek up against that wall and have it as a really nice scenic part of my layout, which is what I've always wanted. Port Creek has always been my main scenic piece, with the possibility of adding something else. Now, behind you is currently just storage space. It is shelving units that I've acquired over the years that I pulled an angle grinder to and cut them to the height of the eaves. I did that with the shelving units that are underneath the baseboard, but I cut them to the height of the baseboard so they could sit underneath there. What I want to do is have Port Creek sat up against the wall at that end, and then the corner that used to be up that end comes out of Port Creek and goes up against the wall that's behind you. I'm not going to show you it because it's a complete mess, because it's become a storage area over the last year. With that, I'm then going to have a whole 14 foot on the wall behind you that I have to play with. And that's taking out of the situation the curves that go into it. So I have a 14 foot area that I can build something. Now, I'll probably be putting in either an 18-inch deep or 24-inch deep baseboard along the top there. But the main thing it's going to be when this first gets put in is solely for me to be able to run trains around my room, which means that running trains nice and slowly around the room will take a couple of minutes rather than having to do a very quick loop and then having to stop again. So this means it's going to take time to do. This is going to take a little bit of planning, and I do need to have a clear out. I have a lot of stuff that I've acquired over the years, not just for model railways, but things in general. Behind you is an absolute mess. There's an air conditioning fan. There's my stuff for when I go to shows. There is a exhibition layout that never happened. It was meant to be an Old Oak Common style turntable diesel shed. And I've always wanted to do it. And I started building the exhibition layout boards for it and then never got any further. That's going to change. However, the baseboards are going to be surplus to requirements. They are going to be either repurposed for something else or they're going to go elsewhere. I will sort that out. However, they take up a lot of space. So behind you is just baseboards and baseboards and baseboards. So I'm going to take this bit down and I'm going to have a massive, massive clear out. Will you see any updates in the next month? I don't know. But I can tell you everything's fine. I still love running trains. I just haven't had a chance to do anything on my layout. And I feel giving me a little bit of a tidy up and a restructure up here might give me that little bit of oomph. And maybe I will start coming into the loft to work on the layout rather than just coming up and running trains. So if you want to follow and see further updates on this particular layout build, you can follow me on here by clicking the subscribe button. And if you want to, for the YouTube algorithm and whatever that means, clicking like and leave a comment down below. If there's anything you think that I should put onto that 14-foot piece of board, let me know. I can't guarantee I'm going to listen, but it's nice to see your ideas just below anyway. Thank you very, very much for watching. Subscribe to see future updates, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!